What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So just like I said in my last video, I was getting a lot of questions on whether Terra Luna Classic is dead. And whenever I get a lot of questions, I answer the question. I try and do a video on it because I don't want people to ask the question a billion times and then have to keep repeating the answers, especially in a live stream. So I'll make this video here so that people know what my stance is on whether this can get to a certain point. Now, the question that I got is, can Terra Luna Classic get to $1 by the end of the year? Well, we all know that there's so many variables, but people want an answer to this question. They're like, hey, can I gain $1 million by the end of the year? And I'm sure that we can see prices run. We can see any prices run and we can give our predictions, and we wouldn't know exactly what's going to happen 100% of the time. It may be a 10% chance or 20% chance or 50% chance that you get it right, especially when something has so many variables, just like Terra Luna Classic. So I wanted to answer this question in this video. I wanted to go through exactly where things are and then kind of break some things down as to why there are variables and what, those variables will contribute to whether it gets there or it doesn't get there. So make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Check out all of the links down below. Seriously, we have a lot of links, a lot of different stuff that you guys can check out. I have my Twitch, which is starting to catch a little bit of traction, almost at 1,000 followers over there. We have, what else do we have down there? We have crypto.com, we have Patreon, we have a lot of different stuff in the description. So feel free to check out all of that stuff. The links are just in the description. They're down there for you to click on if you want to go ahead and click on them. Feel free. They're all safe. Not the ones in the comment section, because there's spammers. Be careful of all those spammers and people that pretend to be me. I can't really get rid of them. I try to. I get rid of one and then 5 more come back. So if I cut off one head, 5 more return. So I don't even cut off the head anymore. I'm just trying to limit them. And eventually we'll figure out how to get a handle on them, and maybe YouTube will, but that's for another video. Anyways, enough talking your ear off about that. We're here to talk about Terra Luna Classic and whether this can get to $1 by the end of the year. Now, the end of the year, we have October, November, December, right? Because we're not even gonna count September here. October, November, December. Hopefully I said that right, not September at the end. They all sound the same. So October, November, December, we have 3 months. Let's go with 90 days to burn the supply, to see a bunch of utility. Can we get to $1 by the end of the year? And the short answer is no. We cannot get to $1 by the end of the year. Now, is there a chance we can get there? Yeah, there's always a chance we can get there. We never know how much this is going to burn. We never know if Binance is going to automatically jump out and say, we're going to burn all of the supply that comes through. We don't know, right? We don't know what we don't know. But if we look at Terra Luna Classic, let's break down some numbers and where we are today, and then we can factor that into what a calculation would be, right? So if we currently see that we have the price up 30%, it's at 0.0003197. So keep that price in mind, 0.00032. That's what we're going to look at. Then we have the supply that's sitting at about 6.15 billion. We have the total supply at 6.9, sorry, I said billion, it's trillion, 6.15 trillion. And then we have total supply of 6.9 trillion. We look at the volume, we have 1.2 billion, and the market cap is around $2 billion. Now, this is where we stand when it comes to everything. Now, when we factor that into a sort of calculation or a situation on how much we can burn, right? We know that technically, if we see more and more volume, we can see it burn so much. I've even done a video talking about how we can burn, 7 trillion in 63 days, which would technically be before the end of the year. So if we go to the crypto potential spreadsheet, right? Now, this is a spreadsheet. If you guys want this spreadsheet, it goes through your potential profit. And when you decide to take profit, you can go ahead and do that. All you have to do is fill in this information here, my coins. And once you fill in my coins, you don't have to update any prices. You just put in this section, this is what you're selling. So 2 million, 2 million, 5 million, and you'll get all that. So if you want that, it's over in the Patreon, and you can go ahead and get that. If you can't find it over there, message me over there, and I can send you the link to that post. But anyways, what we're looking at is we're looking at the price, which is 0.00032. We also see, let me go ahead and space that out a little bit. Why is this not popping up? Come on, man. There we go. 0.00032. We have that. Now we have the volume, $1.2 billion, right? So that's million. Boom. So $1.2 billion in volume. And we also have the supply here. Let's put the total supply of maybe 6.9 trillion. So that's billion, million. That should be good. So 6.9 there. I'm doing this all on the fly for you guys so that you guys have a full breakdown and know that everything's being done right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the volume in the day and we're going to multiply it by the 1.2% to get us whatever the volume will be that we are burning off, which is $14 million. Now, we have to get to what that is. So all we have to do is take that volume. So now we're going to take the volume, and we're going to multiply it by 0.00, or you know what? Let's just do it by up here. Sorry, we're going to divide it. I don't know why I put multiply. We're going to divide it by the price point, and this is how much we're going to be able to burn off per day, which is 45 billion. If we multiply that by 30, then we're going to have 1.3 trillion that we can burn off. Now we're going to take the total amount and we're going to divide it by this per month, and we're going to get 5 months. So are we going to be able to burn it off in a matter of 3 months there with this calculation? No, we wouldn't be able to do that. Now, if all of a sudden with the burn tax implemented, we see an increase in volume by not only like 100%, but maybe like 200%. Let's say we see $3 billion, right? That equals 38.4 million, which is 120, which would be 3.6, right? That's still 1.9 months that you can burn it off. So yes, technically there, you would be able to burn it off in a matter of like 60 days. So that would work out perfectly, right? So if I literally take this, I take the total amount and I divide it by this right here, you're going to get the total amount of days, which would be 59.5 days. So it definitely works right there. But you could also see other people that are like, hey, we're going to see $5 billion in volume, right? $5 billion in volume, which equals 195 billion per day. If you can see all off-chain and on-chain burns that are happening, right? So then you're going to see that in 1 month, they're going to burn off 5.8 trillion, and that's going to happen in 1 month. So 1.1 month or 35 days, it would end up taking place. Now, if we saw $5 billion in volume, guaranteed that we're going to see an average price, not of 30, not of 0.00032. We're not going to see that. We're going to see 0.001 or maybe even 2. And if we get to that point, we're seeing 62 billion again. So then it's still taking 3.8 months or 3.6 months, and you're going to see 110 days, which would be after the end of the year. And that's if you see $5 billion in volume. Now, if you don't see $5 billion in volume, you're seeing way less that's there. Now, with all of those things that are factored in, right? If we're seeing, let's just go back to 1.2 billion. And we're also looking at maybe the price stays the same at 0.00032, right? So 1.2 billion at this price here, what we need to understand is that there are plenty of variables, not just the price, not just the volume, but you can also see a variable on if we have on-chain versus off-chain burns as well, which is definitely an issue. It's a big issue for people like me, people like you, everybody that's out here. So if we're worried about that, then what we have to do is take the volume that we have in the day, and instead of, just factoring the 1.2%, well, now let's backtrack a little bit, and let's say that we're only seeing 10% of that volume because it's only on-chain burns. Let's go with 20%. So 20% of that volume. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to multiply it by 20%, right? We're going to factor this into this little calculation here and say it's only on-chain burns. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give us this and 20% of that, and it's going to multiply it to get the 1.2%. So basically you're looking at 2.8 million that you can burn off out of the 1.2 billion, right? So that's going to be 9 billion that you have there, which would be 270 billion in total for a month. So if you're looking at the amount of months, it would take you 25 months or 766 days in order to burn off that, if you're seeing 20% of the volume. And that all depends, right? Because we can see, this is why there's so much complications to this, where people are like, hey, it's as simple as this. It's not. There's so many complications, so many calculations that we have to do that it gets overcomplicated. And where you're like, well, if this happens, and if this happens, and if this happens, then, well, this will happen. So it's just so much. So my short answer is probably the best answer that you can get. Will we get to $1 by the end of the year? I would say no. And if it does happen, then that's an amazing mistake that we can make, right? I'm going to be happy with that. Anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. I feel like this video was long enough, and we're going to have some edits in it because I messed up some calculations within it. So hopefully you guys didn't see that hard cut off, which you probably did. But anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you in the next one.